Reddit, what's the worst way you found out a SO was cheating on you?
The guy she was cheating on me with had a girlfriend. The girlfriend keyed my car. By mistake. There was surveillance video everywhere, so it took the police less than an hour to solve it. The police were the ones who broke the news to me. They were actually very cool about it. Sounds like a rom-com, where you wind up falling in love with the girl who keyed your car. The girlfriend was hot, but totally nuts. I had to take her to court to get her to pay for the damages. There was all sorts of drama. Got mobile phone bills over $700 for 2 months? There were a lot of calls to Scotland, each one less than a minute long. She thought calls under a minute wouldn't show up on the bill. She'd call him, talk for 45 seconds, hang up, and call back. The ironic part? The calls didn't show up at all. Instead, the bill listed an unconnected call charge. The phone company assumed she was reaching an answering machine, so it only charged the connection fee. I'm totally sorry about your situation. But it's kind of funny she actually did that. It must have been exhausting, having 45-second conversations over and over again. Her kid told me, as I was babysitting, that kid is a bro. The best of bros. I was buying a house at the time and was touring one with a realtor. The homeowner came home early and we got to talking. Turns out she worked with my girlfriend. I told her I was the boyfriend and she said, "Oh, so you are Tom. She told me all about you." I am not Tom. The homeowner went to her car and got on her phone. 20 minutes later, I got a call saying my girlfriend wanted to break up. Couldn't agree more. Never saw her again. Yes, I'm Tom. What did she tell you about me? Where do I work and live? What is my most feared torture? I found out after my girlfriend dumped me. All my friends were like, "Well, that's what happens when you're in an open relationship with 3 other guys." I was not in an open relationship to my knowledge. Apparently, my girlfriend had told all my friends that we were open, so they knew about it and just assumed I was okay with it. Positive test for chlamydia. I found this out just days after she dumped me. I was tested before the breakup. I was faithful to her, and 2 doctors confirmed that there's only one way to get chlamydia. So in this case, cheating was biologically obvious. She said she was clean prior to meeting me, and I realize she could have had it for years with no symptoms. But I'd been having unprotected sex with her long enough where the doctor said I'd have started showing symptoms earlier if I'd have contracted it earlier. She did report to me about a month later. She was in such denial that she didn't even get tested right away that her results were negative, and I should contact whoever I was sleeping with. Ugh, lies. To accentuate the level of denial I was dealing with, my ex is a fucking licensed nurse. I'm still pretty bitter about it, but I shouldn't be. The STD is gone, and it's kind of funny how science so simply confirmed gut feelings that I'd had for months. Married for 12 years. Went upstairs to get an old phone to listen to some music on while I worked. Turned the internet on and was greeted by a lengthy Facebook Messenger conversation. Not the best day of our relationship. A very pregnant woman approached me and asked how I knew her boyfriend. She was talking about my boyfriend. We didn't know about each other. That guy must have been a time management wizard. How do you have 2 relationships? Especially once people move in together. I have no idea how they pull it off. Full relationships, cheating at a bar, or whatever I can fathom. If I spent a lot of my time away from our apartment, my GF's spidey sense would be on high alert all the time. I'm already gone a lot of every day, though she is too, but I have to be for school, work, etc. There aren't enough hours in the day to cheat, even if I wanted to. I worked for my university and that job paid for my education. His wife showed up at my work and started calling me a slut. I didn't even know he was married. By the time she was done, my boss, fellow students, and professors sure knew. Almost lost my job and school funding because of it. Why the fuck do people think it's okay to confront people at work?
Good place if your goal is to fuck them over.
14-year marriage. I was up in the North Carolina mountains doing a 105-mile bike race. It was the hardest race I had ever done, but placed really high in the main field. My wife was supposed to pick me up at my friend's when we got back. I called and called and called her phone to let her know my results and when we were going to return. She never answered. My buddy took me home. My youngest daughter was there alone, telling me that she had been trying to call her mom but couldn't get in touch with her. She then went on to say that she even called the friend her mother was supposed to be with, but she told her that she knew nothing about it. When my wife finally came home, she made some shit excuse, but I confronted her and she confessed. She was cheating for 2 years behind my back. Even had the guy over while I was gone to work. I've been single for 4 years now, happy as ever. Daughters live with me, ex-wife still with the same guy. 4 years after our marriage, 2 years into our marriage. So they have had a good run. High school GF. At her aunt's funeral. I live in Ohio. She lived in Pennsylvania with her mom, but her dad and best friend, who I was also friends with, and that's how we met, lived in the same neighborhood as me, so we were doing the long-distance relationship thing for a few years. Anyways, her aunt passes, I take time off work and drive myself and her cousin to PA to attend the funeral. Arrive at her aunt's house, where all of her family from out of town were meeting and staying for the funeral the next day. There is a guy there that she is hugging on when I walk in the door. Tells me not to worry, he's her cousin she hasn't seen in a couple years. No worries, I understand, I tell her. Fast forward to the next day, at the funeral home. She's being distant and basically ignoring and avoiding me, but every time I find her, she is with this guy that is supposedly her cousin. I chalk it up to her being upset, she was close to her aunt. Her cousin that I took with me asked me to go out to my car and grab his cell phone he left in the glove box. There I find her, giving her cousin head in the back seat of my car. So, not only did she cheat on me, she cheated on me with someone she told me was her cousin in the parking lot of the funeral home at her aunt's funeral in the back seat of my car. My ex-fiancé lost his virginity to my best friend. On my birthday. In my bed. I walked up to let them know I was about to blow out my candles and found them together. Edit. We were both young and had a lot of cultural pressure to stay pure and get married early. For us, not everyone, that would have been the wrong decision. I was a mess, but I'm a lot stronger person because of our breakup and I'm grateful for the time we had. I'm not bitter at all. He made a stupid mistake, but it did stop us both from making the biggest mistake of our lives. Saving yourselves engaged, and he gives it away to someone else at your birthday party? Come on, you can't make this stuff up. Write your cheating stories in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like it. See you in the next video.